All right, now let's move on to some other stories where a U.S. court has charged 3-year-old Sherin-Mathews' Indian-American foster father with murder. Now, grand jury has charged Wesley Matthews with capital murder, and the murder charge could, of course, carry the death penalty if he were to be found guilty. Now, the toddler's autopsy report had shown that she had died of homicidal violence. However, the exact cause of death still remains unclear. Now, initially, Wesley Matthews had told the police that he had asked his daughter to stand outside of their house as punishment for not drinking milk. Now, his story changed after her body was found by a culvert. He said that he had forced his daughter to drink milk and she had choked and then died. The story, we're joined in by my colleague Archana Solanki. Archana, what more information do we have on this story?
Hi, Saleh. The latest information that we are getting is that Wesley Matthews, the girl's father, has been indicted in this case and he faces death penalty. And the mother so far, who was feigning ignorance about this entire incident, also faces serious charges. She faces up to 20 years in prison and $10,000 of penalty. Remember, this case grabbed international headlines when it first surfaced in October, when this girl disappeared from her house. And interesting bit is how the father kept on changing his versions one day after the other. So initially, when Sherin-Mathews disappeared from her residence, her father said that at about 3 a.m. at night, when he punished her for not drinking her milk, that's when he went to find her again, he couldn't find her, he couldn't spot her. And eventually, when her body was discovered on 22nd of October, the father changed his version again and he said that he knew that something wrong had happened and the girl had choked on her milk, and which is why he tried to get rid of the body. So it is because of the conflicting versions that came from the father that got the authorities suspicious of him, and which is why they intensified their probe. And finally, when we saw the latest development is that both the parents, the foster parents of Sherin-Mathews, Wesley Matthews and Cindy Matthews, have been indicted. The father faces death charges, and the mother faces prison up to 20 years.
Absolutely, indeed. We'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed, Archana Solanki, for joining us and getting us inputs on that story.